it devours the weak. Steel and fire, the language I speak. Dust in my lungs, wind in my face. Speed's my temple, this road's my grace. Ride the storm, feel the thunder break. Cut the change and let the earthquake. Born to run, born to never fold. Heart of fire, soul of untamed gold. Ain't no cage that can hold me down. No leash, no chains, no goddamn crown. I'm a rebel, yeah, my spirit's raw. The world can't touch what the wild man saw.
From the virtual Talladega Super Speedway, we welcome you to night number 2 of the inaugural NASRA 500 King of Talladega, presented by ServPro. Fire, water, cleanup, and restoration. Taking something completely restored, look brand new again. You're looking at the Talladega Super Speedway. Welcome to our coverage on this Monday night. We have another night of qualifier races. 3 25-lappers to set the lineup for the big event for the King of Talladega for Friday night. Thanksgiving week upon us. Thankful that you're joining us on the NASRA 360 Racing Network or listening on the radio on CRN, the Community Radio Network. I'm Wesley Outland, joined alongside. He's in the house tonight. Our buddy, Jacob Reeves. And those are the 6 drivers, Jacob, that made it in from the qualifying races last night as winners or runner-ups. Those 6 right there, Eckert, Jones, Nagels, Baker, Malakar, Mastrita, the drivers that are winners and runners-ups. And now we will add another 6 tonight to make it 12 into the NASRA 500 King of Talladega. What's up, buddy? You ready to go?
Oh, yeah, baby, absolutely. I mean, it's Talladega. I mean, I'm always ready to go for a little Talladega, obviously. You see 3 of those drivers right there. You saw Ethan, Cody, and Matthew, drivers that we obviously saw in the NASRA 500 earlier on this year that were certainly players in that race. So certainly already seeing those drivers already lock themselves get themselves ready to rock and roll for Friday night. That already shows you how the fields are going to be right here, how the speeds and how everything's just going to be right here. Baby, I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm ready for Thursday too, baby. I'm ready for a little turkey and some wild turkey. I'm ready for it all.
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. And again, another big NASRA special on behalf of everybody with the North American Sim Racing Association. Thanks to Brady LaBeouf and Cody Knott, TJ Moore, all the people behind the scenes. Bigglestein Hopton, he does what he does best. He did a little commentary last night. He's ready to chime in maybe once in a while, but he will focus on making this production be phenomenal on this Monday evening. There's a look at the flyer. All the details and all the information. Tonight is the final night for the qualifier races. Again, as I mentioned, we have 3 25-lap qualifying events. Caution laps count. No fast repair. Fixed setup on these trucks. They do get one attempt at overtime, and they exhausted all of those overtime attempts, if you will, Jacob, last night. Caution field night to open up the King of Talladega.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, I'm not surprised by that at all, to be honest with you, Wesley. I mean, this is the King of Talladega. I mean, a lot of these drivers look at this race as like, this is my second shot from the NASRA 500 earlier this year, and some of them might have been thinking, well, damn, I was so close to making it into that race, wasn't able to make it, I was one spot short. Now they kind of get, I guess you could say, a second life, if you will, right here with the King of Talladega to end out the year. So I think a lot of drivers really wanting to try to make it into this field come Friday night. And yeah, I mean, I would not expect one bit. I wouldn't even expect it one bit to see them go through all of those overtimes and green white checkers here in these 3 qualifying races. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go through every damn one of them.
It'll be a fun one, as we'll be ready to give you all the details. There's a look at some other things coming up along the way. It is official. I know you're excited about this, Jacob. You and myself will be on the call. Charlotte Roval, 2 hours. Presented by Prosper Engineering. It is the new Prosper Engineering NASRA Endurance Series. Bi-weekly, 18-week season. A lot of people like the endurance program, and if you do, it'll now be a series beginning in 2026. How about that? Some cool things to come.
Yeah, Wesley, I mean, some great things to come here with the North American Sim Racing Association. And if you haven't yet, make sure you like and subscribe to the NASRA 360 Racing Network. Keep up with everything going on with that Prosper Engineering Endurance Series. Obviously, on Monday nights, usually me and you would be calling the DSR Electric Truck Series. And then obviously with Friday nights, obviously with the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series in its season 11. And then also on Wednesday nights, I believe it is the Florida Cabinet Distributors Cup Series, if I'm not mistaken, Wesley. I know you and Dean call that. So keep up with everything going on with NASRA. Hit the like and subscribe button.
If you'd like to get signed up and become a member of a league, reach out to everybody at NorthAmericanSimRacingAssociation.com or on social media. Join us, and hopefully you can, join one of those leagues to come or more. And obviously, we are excited. We love these specials. We've done the NASRA 500, the Great American Sim Race. That'll be back for the second time coming up in January of 2026. Matter of fact, it'll be actually the week right after right before the Endurance Series starts. Unless they change the date. I know they were telling us it was going to be around that time. So there's a look at, again, the King of Talladega qualifiers locked in from yesterday. Now, here's the kicker, Dean, or Jacob, as we get ready to introduce the lineup for the Tint Source qualifier race number 1, Tint Solutions, if you will. Big thanks again to Tint Solutions. They're sponsoring qualifier race number 1, qualifier 2 of the night, presented by the Brickyard, and Pulse Poppers qualifier number 3. Now, they'll actually be qualifying races 4, 5, and 6. They're the 3 races tonight. But again, big thanks to, window tinting, Tint Solutions, for being on the sponsor for qualifier race number 4. And it is time to introduce the starting lineup. We'll give you the weather conditions, we'll give you the race analysis and more in just a moment, but let's give you the starting lineup, and it goes like this. From PGR, Nash Brambilla on the pole, fast qualifier, 55.030, and Asher Litter, the 0-1 to the outside in row 1. Joey Masowitz and Joshua McCullough from McCullough Motorsports to the outside of row number 2. Jeff Burt, the C.O.P.S truck champion, rookie of the year in the same season, defending NASRA Cup champion, starts 5th. Lucas Lyons on the outside in 41 from Kentucky. Curtis Banks and Brian Chu The Holodaddy for Jeff Sickles and Swim starts 8th. Peyton Johnson, Jackson Bice, row number 5. Cole Larson, Richard Elliott for Team Skidmark makes up the outside of row 6 in your top 12.
Then you got Mark Von Dale will start P13 to his outside. Oh, Dale, Justin Lumpkin. You can see him out here running here tonight. He'll be rolling up P14 here tonight. Matt Cherry, Kenneth McCullough Jr. making up row number 8. With Tucker McClendon and Tristan Vickery, they will make up row number 9. And rounding out the 10 rows, Jonathan Cofield, an Alabama native, here tonight. Watch out for Cofield. And Andrew Harris, another driver in the DSR Electric Truck Series as well. Brian Johnson right there, he'll be starting in P21. And then Raul Meza will be starting to his outside in P22. And then Brandon Wallace, double 99. I saw him out there in the live chat. What's up, Jake? What's going on, Brandon? See if you can make it into the King of Talladega. And Taylor Peacock, watch out for this man, Wesley. Me and you have seen him numerous times here at Talladega. He knows how to get it done. Watch out for old Peacock.
Struggled a little bit last night in the qualifier opener night. He's ready to go back out again. Race to rows, row 13. Jeffrey Johnson and John Darnell III. Tyler Goodwin and Miles Bagley make up row 14, top 30. It's the Josh row of Joshua Suss and Josh Rodriguez in the 80 and the 6. Row number 16 will find Kevin Haas for Palmetto and Joey Creech. Chris Blanchard, Steve Barnett, row 17. Row 18, Tyler Justice, Craig Schroeder. The rest of the lineup on the back will find the drivers of Chris Blanchard, Casey Solich, Tyler Justice, Buzzy Mongold, and J.D. Larson. Justin Miller, a scratch is what it looks like as well as Robert Richards. Cody Knott, Brady LaBeouf, TJ Moore, race directors, field on the back straightaway on the Alabama Gang Super Stretch. They'll get ready to roll. Let's take a look at the weather conditions. I think we just saw it a moment ago. Track temp was at 122 last night. Tonight, how about this, Jacob? 135 degrees. Track temp is the hottest it's ever been for me. Pauline iRacing here at Talladega. And the sim temp is 86 degrees. Clear conditions, winds northeast at 2 miles an hour. Unbelievable.
Well, let's see, I'll tell you this right here. I mean, I've seen it maybe a little bit hotter than that, but 135, I mean, literally, you can put you a steak out there before this thing's over with. It will be well done. I guarantee you that. It won't be rare. But that is a hot track temp. That may affect the handling on these guys a little bit going around this 2.66 mile super speedway with just the track temps and just how high it is. May affect it, may get the little tire wear, they may get slipping and sliding in that pretty wide draft and everything. So these drivers are really going to be watching out for that here this evening.
Talladega Super Speedway, 2.66 mile tri-oval with 33 degrees of banking in the corners, 16.5 degrees of the tri-oval. The back straightaway is around 9 degrees, 48 feet of track width, the 4,300 foot Alabama Gang front straightaway, the Alabama Gang Super Stretch is 4,000 feet. And they work now in to the tri-oval. Here they come. Green is out. Qualifier number 4 on the road to the King of Talladega, presented by Tint Solutions, is underway on a Monday night here at Talladega. You have a race.
Baby, here we go. Brambilla down on the inside with Asher Little up top. Masevich and McCullough right behind him. Lucas Lyons, Jeff Murph. Watch out for Jeff Murph. Anybody that watches it on the Friday Night C.O.P.S Truck Series, Jeff Murph, very, very, very strong here at Talladega. Will make moves. Probably some questionable moves, if you will. Asher Little, he'll go to the front. McCullough will line up right behind him. Nash Brambilla, he'll get kicked back to 3rd and 3.
Do-si-do, side by side, 2-step up that 33 degrees of banking as they thunder and rumble off 4. Here they come for the succession of completing lap number 1. 1 down, 24 to go through the tri-oval. Start finish at the end of pit lane. There it is. And it's McCullough now in that 0.5 on the high side. He crashed last night. Comes so close to winning. He's got Little to the inside. Up top, here comes Brambilla, and Lyons in the battle for NASRA on the outside out of 2.
Front 6, 7 rows, everybody double five. One driver jumping into the middle, trying to make something happen back there in the back. Looks like maybe Lucas Lyons. Now we're going to go 3 wide up at the front. Big moves being made. Brambilla trying to make it happen. Asher Little still holds on to the lead, but McCullough got kicked to the middle. Now here comes Little. He jumps up to put the block on him.
Working off 4. There's the aerial coverage for tonight's race. And right now, Asher Little holding on to that top spot here in Tint Solutions. Qualifier number 4, race number 1 of the night of 3. Final night of the qualifier races. We're last chance qualifiers tomorrow. 3 of those. The duels on Wednesday. Off Thanksgiving. And the inaugural King of Talladega presented by ServPro on Friday. Down the back straightaway, it's McCullough. The Statesboro, Georgia man leads the cavalry. They're trying to get 3 wide behind him, going into 3 up the banking.
Oh, baby, McCullough took it all the way down to the bottom side, got Little lined up right behind him. Brambilla, Jackson Boss up 6 spots already. Richard Elliott up 6 spots as well. Andrew Harris up 9. Peacock's up 10. Watch out for the 81. Up front, McCullough still holding on to the lead. And one thing I'm watching a lot of, Wesley Outland, left, right. Everybody trying to, I guess you could say, manage both lanes, manage the bottom, manage the middle, whatever that they've got it up there at the front. Got to be careful, though. You put the block too late, you can easily get turned right here at the front of the field, and then you've got the big one that'll happen in front of you.
McCullough right behind the tailgate of the leader, Little. Here comes Jackson Bison up the outside. Look at this now. Something trying to get organized on that 3rd lane up against the safer barrier. Up now, 3 wide.
Three wide right here. Little right here still at the lead. McCullough trying to make something happen. Bice now, he's up here leading this middle lane. Would be the outside lane, but really the middle. Outside, way outside, up at the high side tickler line is absolutely dead. There is people up there, but not a whole lot of help. They look 4 wide for just a split second back down the back. Good God almighty, everybody keep it straight. Hold it together. One kicked up to the top. Looks like Lucas Lyons going to the back, but up front, Little. Bice, they're trying to make something happen. McCullough tried to shove Little down the bottom. Elliott there to help, and Brad Bella right there smack dab in the middle of it, and Jeff Merck tried to slide up here as well.
Watch that machine of Bice now. Bice but Little, and there's contact. They go around Jeff Merck sideways, and it stacks everybody behind them, and here comes trouble. Caution out, first time. Couple of trucks involved in an accident up the banking in 3 and 4. Our first ServPro caution of Tint Solutions qualifier for tonight.
Wesley, I think they all just kind of bounced around right there going into 3. You see it right up here. Holidaddy, Brian Chew, rocking and rolling right here with Jeff Merck up here on the top side. They were rolling. They were good. Looks like Chew just kind of gets a little bit sideways. Not sure if he got tagged going in. Damn, he went over, flips over on his lid. But not sure if he got tagged going into 3, but he got sideways, come down, got into another truck, slid back up. That truck in the middle come up and got Merck. And then from there on, it is smoke, it is chaos, it is everything you see fit. Everybody just trying to jam on the brakes and trying to miss it, or just gas up and pray that they can get through it.
On board with Brian Chew. Might have been a bad bump draft there, and there it is. Yeah, they're Brian Chew there, and Merck sideways, Brian Chew up and over bicycles. Everybody trying to avoid what could have been oh, here we go. There's the other pile. Oh, yeah, they were there, and in big trouble there. Caution out, first one. And here's something to remember, too, as we take a look at another camera angle on the back straightaway. This is on board with Kenneth McCullough. He's behind Brian Chew. Merck's in front of them. No fast repair is what I was trying to say in this series. Is there you see McCullough. Actually, Jacob, he let the safer barrier be his friend.
Yeah, usually sometimes, I've said it before, if you fight the wall is going to end up winning 9 times out of 10, especially with some of those speeds that you've got right here at Talladega in excess of over 180, 190 miles an hour. you hit the wall, it's going to win 9 times out of 10. A lot of these drivers going down. You see Tiny Horse Ryan Johnson jumping down pit road as well. A lot of drivers jumping down pit road. Some for repairs. Some may just coming down, getting some gas. Or even at this, Wesley, I've talked about it before. Just go ahead, go down pit road and start at the back or restart at the back. That way you're not up there and all the 3 wide and all the chaos. That way you got a shot try to dodge the big one if it happens.
We need to pause for station identification if you're listening on CRN, the Community Radio Network. Under caution in the early going, a race qualifier number 4. Talladega, the king of Talladega, on the road to the NASRA 500.
Local radio brings people together like never before.
It's a beautiful hometown weekend out there. We've got
Your local stations keep you informed and involved with music, talk shows, and real-time news updates you can trust. We are live and local. We are America's broadcasters, connecting you to what matters most. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress to support your local radio stations.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to STOP.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
This is the Community Radio Network, WCRN, 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Smithfield, North Carolina. Proud to be in the USA. We are CRN.
Back here at Talladega, the king of Talladega, presented by ServPro. Caution out in qualifying night number 2. Qualifier race number 4, presented by Tint Solutions. Jacob Reeves, I'm Wesley Outlet. Dean Hopton on production. And tried to get that third lane going. Jacob, that's something last night that we noticed struggles. That's not the case tonight, man. But it seems like if you do get a third lane started on the outside, you set yourself up for a chance of disaster. And obviously that's what happened to guys like Jeff Mark, Brian Chu, McCullough, and others. There's a race recap so far. 7 of 25 laps. Leader has been Asher Little. 1 caution for 2 laps. They should be coming to the 1 to go this time by. We should be ready to re-rack them, restack them, and go back underway.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, Wesley, I mean, we still got a long way to go in this. Believe it or not, I mean, these laps, they kick by pretty fast, about 50 seconds a lap, give or take, here in these trucks. Lap 8, it'll be lap 9 when we get back going at 25. Still a long way to go, but it is a short time to get there because, I mean, once you get back going, you're right around that 16 laps to go mark. And, with these races, how they are with these qualifiers, it's the sprint. I mean, you got to go. You're one of these guys that start back there like Jonathan Cofield, Chris Blanchard, Raul Meza, Creech, all these guys back here, J.D. Larson, all of them. You got to go. But at the same time, you would think that at maybe, say, 1.5 miles or something like that. Here, you can kind of play around at the back. You can kind of wait and see if something pops off in front of you to try to miss out on the wreck or anything like that. So it's a balancing game. What do you want to do? What do I want to do? Do I want to chance it? Do I want to roll the dice and get up there in the mix? Or do I just want to ride back here and pray that something pops off? And if it doesn't, you still can get that rebuy and try to rebuy into another qualifier if there's room.
Look at the scoring pylon. For those that are watching the broadcast, you see the drivers in the green showing high climbers, ones in red losing positions. The 0 means that they are in their original starting spot. Will set you up for the restart with now lap number 8 of 25 when they come back to green. Asher Little, Jackson Bice on the front row. Richard Elliott, Joshua McCullough, row 2. Nash Brambilla, Jeff Merck. Even after having a tangle in the wall, he holds on his spot. The man out of Punta Gorda, Florida. In the number 6 position, Joey Masowitz, row 7, and Andrew Harris. 7th and 8th. Then it's going to be Curtis Banks, Taylor Peacock, row 5, top 10. Pace truck rolls in to the pit lane. Here comes the field back inside the United Rentals restart zone. Getting ready to get back started in the Tint Solutions qualifier number 4. Here they come. 2 going into the NASRA 500 duels. Second, first, the winner, back to green. Third on back to the top 10. You go to the last chance race tomorrow. Unless you buy back in. You can buy back and go back into green.
there's a good possibility some drivers may take that opportunity to buy back in just to see if they can improve their spot and be able to try to lock themselves in to get into the duels and not have to worry about any of the other qualifying races. But up front, Jackson Bice, Asher Little, they're in a pretty good spot right now, sitting comfortably in the transfer. McCullough, Elliott, Mert trying to get up in there. Brent Bella, who started on the front row, started on the pole for this qualified race, trying to slide up here as well as Bice and Little still slugging it out.
Thought about making a move there, but backed off away. Here comes down that outside lane, though. Jackson Bice. Little on the inside. Elliott right there behind him in tow. And they're single file, stride for stride, climbing 33 degrees of banking, now heading back towards turn 2 in the Alabama Gang Super Stretch.
Literally about 10, 12, maybe even 13 rows. Everybody double wide. All lines led by Asher Little and Jackson Bice. No one wanting to jump out, try to make it 3 wide. One driver way back there in the back decides to jump up. Might have been Joshua Suss in the 80, but here we go. Get a little squirrely. Little getting a little bit of a tap from Elliott. Elliott almost got him sideways. Little has to gather it back up. Here comes Jackson Bice on the inside.
Now you open the door to Elliott. Coming through the tri-oval down to the inside. Now Little under attack on the middle lane. Preferred lane to Elliott. Elliott now up 11 spots. He'll go to the lead. In. They're back in 1.
Yeah, Elliott's the one that's on the bottom side, kind of got crossed up with just how fast that they are going here at Talladega, over 180 miles an hour. But one thing is for certain, Asher Little would love to get clear and jump down in front of Richard Elliott, because Jackson Bice and others is just wearing out that back door. Brad Bella trying to wear out Elliott's back door. Little for a moment got clear, thought different, jumps back up to the top side. Elliott goes back to the lead.
Working off 4. Got a truck up high up against the safer barrier, way to the back, as right now here they come, working through the tri-oval. To the inside, Asher Little up top. Here comes down Bice. Bice will power in the 33 alongside Elliott on the bottom. You're on board with him. Little River Academy 02. By the way, 4 Chevrolets in the top 5. Then it's a Toyota of Brambilla. 2 Fords in the top 10 with Masowitz and Bankston. It's all bow ties from there, and they're down the back straightaway. Coming to halfway this time by.
Yeah, Bice halfway down the back chute would love to try to jump down in front of Asher Little, but not able to do it. It will be Little and Bice slugging it out. Very, very tight, trying to get that side draft, maybe try to pull that driver back on the inside. Is Bice trying to make it happen as well, baby? Now they are scattering all over the place. They're going to hang out the middle lane. Oh, baby, Jeff Mert trying to make some moves in the tri-oval.
Oh, the lights come on, and the Roaches are trying to find a place to hide. And now Jeff Merck is up top. He now tries to make something work. He got loose. Hold on, Merck on the top. He's got the 87 of Harris behind him. And a save as Bice now powers with Little as he's got Elliott to the inside in the 0-2. And up the middle comes McCullough in the back straightaway.
Yeah, riding on board with Jeff Mert. Punta Gorda, Florida, number 60, trying to make something happen. Very, very good on these super speedways. 3 wide and 3 at Talladega for the lead. Mert up on the top side, Little all the way down to the bottom. And Jackson Bice stuck smack dab in the middle. 3 wide, numerous rows deep, coming off board, hitting into the tri-oval.
Halfway, Mark sideways, fishtails, and there's everybody else trying to scatter. And we got trouble. Bottom of the apron. Caution out. 2 or 3 trucks now. Nowhere to go with the yellow flag just after halfway. Second yellow flag of this one just after halfway on lap number 13. Jeff Mert, second time in some shape or form. Jacob involved as we queue up the Bolts Popper instant replay.
Yeah, I mean, he might have got a tap right there. Yeah, that's exactly what it looked like. Harris in the 87 was behind him, tagged him, got him sideways. He comes down, clips a truck on the bottom side, might have been McCullough, and then from there on tried to straighten it out. You see Steve Barnett, the 42, take a hard left, go down the racetrack. Merck up against the outside retaining wall. Odds are maybe a meatball flag, just as how hard as he hit that bad boy. Jeff Merck, wow, what I mean, it could have been a whole lot worse than what it really looked like. I mean, yeah, there's trucks scattered all over the place, but it could have been a hell of a lot worse with Merck when he come down and then he went up. He could have easily hooked it back hard left if he could have got the truck straightened back out. Could have came down right across the whole field. Even after he hit the outside retaining wall, you see Tristan Vickery right here smack dab in the middle. He has got nowhere to go. You sees all the chaos happen in front of him. Merck's already went by. There's Barnett. Barnett comes down, gets into Vickery, sends him sideways. Everybody had a spin. Cofield went for a spin. Somebody hard in the inside retaining wall, the 23. Hard impact. Wow, knocked the whole damn wall down too. Wow, I mean, just hard impact from all of these drivers.
Yeah, that's the 23 of, well, there's J.D. Larson. Oh, boy. Man, what heartbreak there. Maybe it's Nash Brambilla. No, he's the 023. People, we do want to apologize. If it frustrates me to no end, I always say this. I wish the numbers match what's on the scoring ticker. Unfortunately, they do not. I will tell you that has already been discussed with the NASRA organization, and at least for Friday, Jacob, they will have it where the names will match the numbers, hopefully, on the scoring ticker, because that makes it hard for us, but also for our audience to know who is who.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I agree 100% out of that. I mean, I was always taught, when I got into iracing 5 years ago, to whatever number you're running in the damn league, put that number on the side of the truck. Don't ride something. Don't run like a 33 and your number really showing on time, but it's scoring's like 75. I mean, it makes it hard for the drivers, especially if you screw up. It makes it hard for the drivers to call out your number, and also for the broadcasters and the fans, everybody watching.
Well, we're just after halfway. Caution number 2 about to be wrapped up. We're going to take a break as well. When we come back, the restart to decide the Tint Solutions qualifier number 4 on a Monday night on the road to the NASRA 500 King of Talladega. Stay with us.
For Murph's Magical Creations, home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
So glad you're joining us on the NASRA 360 Racing Network, listening radio on CRN 87.9 FM, and we are CRN.com. Jackson Bice right now being the man that leads the charge. Remember, 2 spots up for grabs when we conclude qualifier race number 4. We've got another 2 coming up. Got the Brickyard qualifier number 5 and the Bolts Poppers qualifier 6, and Jacob Reeves by night's end. 12 drivers will be locked in. 12 drivers will be locked in by the time we end the night. And then, of course, everybody from third on back, if they choose, they go to the last chance qualifiers. That will be tomorrow. Those 3 25-lap last chance qualifier hooligan races, as I call them in the dirt racing world, will be rather entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, it will be very entertaining, obviously. And, folks, if you already thought that, these guys are driving like a pissed off teenager. If you thought they was right now, you ain't seen nothing yet. Wait till they get going. When they get ready to rock and roll for the LCQs, because they know that is their last shot to make it at least to the duels. You got to be able to make it at least to the duels. If you can make it to the duels, you're good to go. But you got to be able to have that shot to, go in the LCQs to make it into the duels and everything else. So you thought this was crazy right here. Wait till tomorrow night, because tomorrow night's when it's going to get real interesting.
Yeah, you better Katie bar the door. 325 lapper in the last chance qualifiers going on tomorrow. And then, of course, the duels on Wednesday. I'll be with you up until Wednesday. And then, of course, Jacob and someone else will carry the coverage on Friday. I'm sorry that I won't be available to be on the call with y'all on Friday. Unfortunately, I have a real football broadcast obligation, and unfortunately, they got it handled. I would have loved to have been here. I'll make it a point to try to chime in and look in a time or two to see what's happening. You're in good hands with Allstate and Jacob Reeves, and Jacob Reeves will carry this thing phenomenally. So 18 of 25 laps when they come back to the United Rentals restart zone. 8 laps to go. Remember, there is a chance for an overtime. 1 attempt. Here they come, back inside the tri-oval. That's a 4,300-foot tri-oval. Down to the line, into the restart box, back to green. Under 10 remaining. 8 to go. Tint Solutions, qualifier, number 4. Ice on the outside. Little, he's been there all night on the bottom. He's catfishing. And McCullough, Elliott, and Brambilla know it's go time. And so does Nate Johnson as Peacock about through the block up on 81.
Oh, baby, they're already trying to get a third lane going back here in the back, trying to make something happen. Taylor Peacock back there, the 81, sees the time is down. Let's go. It is go time, son. Little now going from the bottom back up to the middle, now jumps back down to the bottom, right all the way down in the cellar. Red back house, a move shot for Freddie. McCullough trying to occupy that second spot as well off turn 4.
Taylor Peacock through the block on that other truck on the third lane, and they quickly get to work. Now they're starting to climb. The man out of Fowler, Indiana, now getting to the back door, the tailgate of Harris. Cross the stripe, 7 to go. Little leads them back into turn number 1. McCullough now to the outside. He's got a big push behind the leader, and Bice is stuck in the middle.
You better watch this Taylor Peacock up here, this 81. Real big head of steam, but Peacock's got to watch his back door, and anybody that's helping him, he's got to be hollering at him. Let them know if somebody jumps up in front of him, he's going to have to jam on the brakes, or he's going to end up running over whoever jumps up in front of him, and then you cause a big old stack up. Here comes Jackson Bice up in the middle lane. McCullough's his hands are tied. He can't do nothing. Little leads. Here comes Jackson Bice in the middle lane.
Yeah, literally a stalemate, if you will, as Asher Little has the preferred line. But now Bice trying to get something fixed on the middle lane. Up high goes now another guy. Harris jumping out of line. He'll go to the top shelf. He'll join Peacock and Brambilla. And all this goes on as they try to get something going to make a rally around on the top. They cannot. It's Bice on the bottom now. The red, white, and blue truck throws the block, pulls up in front of Elliott in the middle lane. He's the leader coming to 5 to go in 3.
Yeah, they got to be careful with these blocks, Wes Allen. Obviously, very good blocks at what they're doing. But obviously, these blocks were 6 to go. But when these blocks come down to 2 to go, they're going to get more and more antsy with some of these blocks. Some of them may be a little bit off-timed. Right up there at the front, you can have a big one. Already, guys, already getting a little bit sideways. Remember that track tip, 135 degrees. Handling is becoming a big issue with these guys. You got the arrow around them. They're 3 wide. They're 180 miles an hour. The track tip, oh, good God almighty. These guys, you don't think it. But these guys, they have a handful in these trucks trying to make this happen down the back chute.
And if you make one wrong slip, trouble, and there it goes. I spoke too soon. It was like I had a feeling it was about to happen, and there it goes. Man. Woo. We've had a lot of trucks flip. I feel like I'm at the Chili Bowl with a flip count. It's got to be at least in the teens now from all of the flips we had from last night to tonight. Chris Blanchard pulling away. Look at this. Steve Barnett. Other trucks trying to get away from this one. It was a scramble, and I just uttered the words, if you will, Jacob. One wrong slip, and we're going to have trouble. And as soon as I did, the whole field just came apart.
Yeah, I mean, Wesley, you know the old saying, you know, the old song, you know, it was bound to happen, and one night it did. And, honestly, a lot of guys flipping around more than a skateboard at the X Games is what you see in here tonight. Pulse Poppers Instant Replay. I think a lot of it, you know, just maybe a bad bump. Somebody might have slid up in front of somebody. We'll check it out. See kind of what happened. Maybe, I'm not 100%, but it happened right here in this area. You see drivers up top. No, one driver in the middle blew it up.
Blanchard's the one that got airborne. Watch this.
Yeah, Blanchard gets airborne, but the 0-2 is the one that actually blew it up. Literally, Richard Elliott, he just overcooked the engine trying to bump draft, and then from there on, it just stacked everybody up. Blanchard flips up in the air, everybody trying to slide through the smoke. Can I find a hole here? Can I find a hole there? Just sneak through there and try to make it happen, but all of it happened with just the bump draft and sealing off that radiator with Richard Elliott. Engine goes kapooey, and then after that, the whole damn field goes kapooey.
Elliott, the middle truck, the black truck, Chevrolet, right now. On board with Chris Blanchard. And you see he follows Elliott all the way through the crash. Got that crash dummy helmet on, and it was perfect for that crash. Elliott, the 0-2, Richard Elliott. That's Chris Blanchard, our buddy from Clinton, Maine. By the way, don't forget, Blanchard's Towing will sponsor the duels on Wednesday night. The Blanchard's Towing duels on Wednesday. Thanks to all of our sponsors. Coming up next, the Brickyard Qualifier number 5. Tint Solutions, Window Tint, Qualifier 4 ongoing. Under 5 to go. And Jacob, we look at it again. There's the smoke on Elliott up in smoke. And that ain't Cheech and Chong riding with him. Trouble indeed. Blanchard going up. He's in the air. Look at this.
Well, Wesley, the bad part about all that, you know, when you get yourself in a situation where your engine just goes boom, you want it to really be on the bottom because, you know, if his engine ignited, then he could just drop it down below the apron and, you know, no harm, no foul. But the problem is, check this out. Listen to this right here. You'll know exactly what happens right here. Watch this.
Watch the RPM numbers, too. See them drop? And then nowhere to go. And look at Blanchard already on his lid behind him. Wow.
And the bad part is, Wesley, that was smack dab in the middle of the racetrack. He had nowhere to go. He couldn't pull down. He couldn't pull up. He had trucks all over around him. So when somebody's engine blows like that and they're in the middle lane, 9 times out of 10, they're screwed. Here's the problem. Everybody behind them is screwed in the same process because they can't get around it because he is literally caught like a deer in the headlights. He's just stuck there. I mean, he can't go nowhere, and everybody's trying to get around him, and then people start making crazy moves trying to get around him. There's your big one.
For the fourth time in the qualifier races, we will be going to overtime. We step away to take a break. The one attempted at overtime. When we come back from Talladega, this one is not done, and some extra laps will decide who will be the top 2 to advance.
Craftsmanship that lasts a lifetime is Florida Cabinet Distributors. With over 20 years in business and 39 years of woodmaking experience, they proudly serve Northeast Florida to Southeast Georgia, delivering custom woodwork that combines precision, beauty, and durability. Whether you're dreaming of a custom kitchen, bathroom vanity, fireplace and mantel, entertainment center, outdoor kitchen, or even a full library, we can build it at Florida Cabinet Distributors, exactly the way that you envision. Hey, no project is too big or too small. If it's made of wood, Florida Cabinet Distributors can make it. Call or text Steve today. Yes, they gave us his personal cell number, 904-874-3442. That's 904-874-3442 to book today. Florida Cabinet Distributors, craftsmanship that lasts a lifetime.
Back here in Talladega, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to coverage of the NASRA 360 Racing Network, CRN coverage. And this is qualifier night 2 for the inaugural NASRA 500 King of Talladega, presented by ServPro. That'll be on Friday night. But preliminaries continue, and Tint Solutions window tinting qualifier race number 4. Jacob Reeves is about to get a 2-lap shootout. We're ready to go.
Yeah, I'm not surprised one bit about this. I mean, just how hard everybody's been racing, everybody wanting to get into those transfer spots. Savage and Little, they're in that catbird seat right now, but Jackson Bice, Andrew Harris up 16 spots, Taylor Peacock up 18 spots, Meza, Goodwin, all these guys, Brandon Wallace up a lot of spots right here. Watch out. This thing ain't over with, not by a long shot.
Overtime for the 4th straight qualifier race and the 2nd straight night here in Talladega. Back in her way. Masowitz on the whole shot. Push by Bice. Bice now cramming, looking for a spot on the driver left. Bice is there. Little will follow. Masowitz free falling. He's back to 3rd, 4th, maybe more as they're getting 3 wide, and we got him going sideways. It's Goodwin spinning, caution out. Jackson Bice is going to be scored the leader. It's Tyler Goodwin spinning in the bottom of the apron. Caution out. Bice, Little, advance to the NASRA King of Talladega 500.
Wow.
They will come to the white flag this time by. It will be the Darren's Detail and Shine 1 to go. Want to say thanks also to West Texas Pepper Traders. They will be the 1 to go sponsor for the 500. Final lap. Jackson Bice can coast from here. Under yellow, Jacob. He's winning. Duel number 4. Or qualifier 4, actually. Qualifier 4.
Yeah, and Wesley, I mean, obviously a lot of fans don't like that right there. I mean, race control's got to do what they got to do, and everybody wants to have a green flag finish into these qualifiers, but obviously there's a schedule that's got to be kept and everything else. I mean, and, just try to keep it straight, guys. I mean, if you're going to wreck, wait till the white flag lap. White flag lap hits, every damn one of you can wreck. We don't care at that point, but you got to get to the white flag. It's like you say, Wesley. What is it? To first
win the race, you must first finish.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you gotta play by those standards, and you got to make that happen. And some of them did, some of them didn't. And Jackson Bice, Asher Little, they going on, baby. They're racing.
Certainly are. And how about Jackson Bice fighting back for that spot, right? I mean, he had to really muscle his way around Little and Masowitz to get it back, and to do so, he's done it as he works his way now into turn number 4, coming off of the 33 degrees of banking. He'll come back down to the tri-oval. And ladies and gentlemen, this race, for the 4th time in overtime, it will finish under caution. Jackson Bice, Asher Little, those are the 2 drivers that advance to the next positions 7 and 8 for the NASRA King of Talladega 500 for Friday. Now, Jacob, remember, there's only one stipulation of that. You're in, but you have to start the duel on Wednesday night. If you don't, you forfeit your starting position. So there's a little loophole there.
Yeah, I mean, and, if you're able to make it in and somehow or another you got to work Wednesday night, you better call in sick or something. You better figure it out one way or another. It may not work out good for you, but don't get fired or nothing. But obviously, there. And I agree with that. If you're gonna be in, at least you got to at least start the duel. It is what it is. I mean, you got to go with that. And I agree with that. You got to be able to at least start the damn duel to be able to try to make it into the big race. And so far, these guys up here, Jackson Bice, Asher Little, and the other 6, they ain't sitting in pretty prime real estate. All they got to do is make sure they ain't got to work Wednesday night.
Jackson Bice, Asher Little coming up on the other side as we take a look at the results of Tint Solutions Qualifier number 4. Bice and Little, the winners. Masowitz in 3rd. Andrew Harris will finish 4th. Taylor Peacock battling back will finish in the top 5. Joshua McCullough, Nash Brambilla, Raul Meza, Tucker McClendon, Matt Cherry, top 10. Now remember, 3rd to 10th, you do transfer into the last chance qualifier unless you decide you want to buy back in for the next race. And like I said, we saw it last night. We'll probably see it again tonight. More people will buy back. Johnson, Vondale, Wallace, Solich, Larson, top 20 finishers, as well as Lumpkin, Rodriguez, Curtis Banks, and Joey Creech, top 20, Jacob.
Yeah, then Kevin Haas, Tyler Justice, they're going to be 21st and 22nd, respectively. Kevin Haas and Craig Schroeder be 21st, 22nd. Buzzy Mongo, John Darnell III. Joshua Susta Kappa finished in 25th with Tyler Justice. Tristan Vickery, he's the last driver to finish on the lead lap, with Tyler Goodwin finishing in P28. The rest of the field after Tyler Goodwin will obviously include, right behind Tyler Goodwin, will be Peyton Johnson, Lucas Lyons. That's the top 30. Then Jonathan Cofield, and Chris Blanchard, Steve Barnett, Richard Elliott, Miles Bagley, Cole Larson, Jeff Merck, that hard impact on the outside retaining wall. Merck finishing 37th. Holiday, Brian Chew, Kenneth McCullough Jr., 39 drivers that rocked and rolled here tonight. Robbie Richards, Bray LaBeouf, Cody Knott, all of them, and TJ Moore, all of them on race control.
Well, we're going to take a break when we come back. Well, actually, you know what? We're not going to take a break. We're just going to go right into it because we have to actually kill the server to move into the next one. We're only talking to the top 2.
You hear my family?
We're only talking to the top 2 right now, and we'll grab, obviously, Jackson Bice very quickly and Asher Little. They are the drivers that transfer. Jackson, congratulations. It looked like the inside was the way to go. You got up on the top quickly, fought back down to get to the bottom. You got that spot. Goodwin goes spinning on the back straightaway, and obviously right place, right time to win qualifier Tint Solution Race 4. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Can you give us anything more than just thank you? What's your thoughts of how it went?
I go to the feature now, right?
You go to the feature, but you have to start the duel on Wednesday night.
Okay. I can do that. Everything kind of went to plan. I'm not that great at qualifying, so, I showed up, but didn't qualify how I wanted to. Quickly drove to the front, and me and Asher just focused on working well and controlling the lanes together.
Jackson, we saw how crazy this was. This is just a qualifying race. We're not in the duels or the big race or LCQs or nothing like that. This is just a qualifying race just to get to that spot. You get yourself into the duels and everything. Are we expecting the duels to be a little bit more hectic and crazy than what we saw here tonight in this qualifying race?
I think you should expect what you see coming to a super speedway race. I think we'll definitely be a little bit more laid back at the start of the race, but coming towards the end of the race, you'll see that intensity pick up and people giving less and taking more.
Well, Bud, before we let you go, man, please thank your sponsors for the number 29, and obviously we'll see you for the duels on Friday and Wednesday.
Just thank all the supporters, thank everyone who came out and watched, and thank y'all for thank NASRA for putting this up, and thank y'all for the broadcast.
There you go. Jackson Bice, winner of Tint Solutions Window Tinting Qualifier race number 4 here in the inaugural NASRA 500 King of Talladega presented by ServPro. Let's grab now Asher Little. He just spoke of him, my Bice did. And Asher Little, was that the plan? Hook up with Bice, stay in line with Bice, and at least if you can't win, try to be the runner-up, and that's exactly what you did, man.
Yeah, it was a super fun race. Love the trucks. Worked with Jackson. Super fun to work with him. Miles unfortunately screwed himself over and wrecked during one of the cautions. But yeah, worked out perfectly. We were trying to get connected through the whole race, which we were connected the whole race, leading the lanes. And then on that final caution, the third lane came. Joey kind of threw a wrench in our plan. But Joey was clear, took it, and decided to not take it, and Jackson took it, and I never lifted that whole run, put him to the lead, and caution came out, and we finished 1-2. It was amazing.
Asher, I'll ask you this as well. You and Jackson, I mean, if it was in a bad spot where one of you was going to transfer, say Masevich and say Joey's up there leading this thing and it's going to be between you and Jackson, I mean, do you try to hook up with Jackson and at least try to get him past Joey? That way you can try to get by him, or do you try to go for that spot? I mean, I know we're talking hypothetical here. I mean, both of you transfer, but if you got in that situation, would you try to pass him to try to transfer, or would you just say, screw it, I'm going to follow him?
That's a good question. First off, our plan was if we could help each other to both transfer, like it went to, like if we were both leading the lanes and like the guy behind me started creep ahead, I would have probably lifted a tad bit to help him out just because my teammate. But if he's out there getting split, or if I can't help him, we just said, hey, go get the win, go transfer. I can get through the LCQ.
Well, Asher, before we let you go, man, please thank your sponsors. And again, both of you drivers, Bice and Little, will now move in with the other 6 that were winners and runner-ups last night for qualifier night 1. You are in the NASRA 500, but you have to take the green for the duel, one of the duels on, of course, Wednesday. But before I let you go, please thank your sponsors in that 0-1.
I'd like to thank, first off, Brandon Batens with SPM seal coating put me in this race, and then Miles Mechanic on the truck, Brandon Todd, my uncle, and Philip Hoff, my grandpa. They were watching, super grateful for them, and my other side grandparents, Reese and Pa, they're always supporting, and my teammates for running with me, Jackson Bice, dominated that whole race. Y'all for putting it on, and NASRA for this whole race. Can't wait.
From K-Town, Asher Little and Jackson Bice, winner of Tint Solutions Window Tinting Qualifier number 4. That will wrap up the 4th qualifier. We will be back in just a moment. Click the link when we go live. All you got to do is actually subscribe to the broadcast channel, and you'll know when that bell rings that we are back on the air as we are separating each of the qualifier races to acknowledge each finish and acknowledge the sponsor. Thank you to Tint Solutions Window Tinting. When we come back live, it will be qualifier race number 5, presented by the Brickyard, where we rack them, restack them, and go 25 laps again. For everybody at NASRA, Brady LaBeouf, Cody Dodd. For Mr. Dean Hopton, Bingles on production. For Jacob Reeves, I'm Wesley Outland. Congratulations, Jackson Bice, Asher Little. We're just getting started. We're back for Qualifier 5 next at Talladega. Stay with us.